Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, doing live free picks for today's card. And on today's show, picks from Major League Baseball 12-game card. We also have picks from WNBA, kind of a light card with no NHL and NBA scheduled to later in the week. And of course, make sure you subscribe to our channel, giving out a lot of great picks here on our live show and on our on-demand channel. And first thing you want to do is give us that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate that. It really helps us build up our audience here at Tony'sPicks.com and our YouTube channel. So let's first meet the cappers and get right to the picks as we don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Let's go to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Oh, not too bad. It was a 3-2 day for me, and the Leafs decided they were going to pack it into the second period. They played a good first period, but then the second period, about that 6-minute stretch let in 3 goals, and sayonara for the Leafs. Pack it again. The core guys are like 0-8 now in those big game sevens. So don't know what's going to happen there. It's not like they didn't give some effort, and they gave a good game 6 effort and showed some life, and then brought it back to game 7, and then you just got outplayed by the better team. It's just I think the Panthers are the better team. They're the champs for the reason. So don't be too hard on your Leafs there, Leafs fans, because they definitely gave a gallant effort. Maybe not the gallant effort in that second, but the Panthers can make anybody look like chumps real quick, and that's exactly what they did. Just think if Stolars was in there, I think it might have been a different story. Because Wall let in a couple softies that there was the one that he let in. He wasn't hugging the post, but. Couple he let in, but a couple of defensive lapses by the Leafs, and that's it. That's all it takes. Boom, the Panthers bounce. Some good baseball yesterday. And, hey, congrats, OKC. Moving on. In that one. Should be a good one. OKC in Minnesota. Excited for that on Tuesday. So, few MLB today. Definitely a big slate of MLB today. Liking it.
Yeah, for a Monday, right? For a Monday, you expect less than 10, but they gave us 12, which is okay because we're lighting some other sports. W throws one in as well. So
I didn't realize that either. On a Monday, I thought Monday was the day off for the W. Well, I got this morning. It was like, hey, there's a W game today.
There's a W in there today, and of course, this is what OKC gets for screwing around, right? You get 1 day rest, and that's what the schedule is for the rest of the entire second round is 1 day off. So they're going to have 1 day off for the next if it's a 7-game series. So 1 day off and boom, right at it. And they gave Knicks the extra day. I guess that's just the way it worked in the schedule. I think the same thing in hockey. It's going to be 1 day off in between. So we got to get to June 1st to get ready for the finals. So they want these tournaments. They want this round done by the 1st and 2nd. So to Chris, what's going on? I saw that ran on Skeens. Yep, I think everyone agrees.
My God, what in the world? Justice for Skeens hashtag. We're going to start a movement here. What the hell? I usually don't rant, but I watched that, and he pitched to Jim went 8 innings, 102 pitches, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits, and his offense can't play baseball. They can't back him to give him 2 runs. I mean, it's all he needed, and they're the ones that messed up and didn't catch the ball in the infield to let it go by and let Castellanos get in there. So it was a bad day. He needs to go somewhere else. So somebody's got to take him at the trade deadline and get him the hell out of Pittsburgh. I'm fading Pittsburgh for the rest of the season on that. Anyway, so I usually don't rant on that, but that was extremely upsetting yesterday. Went 2-2 yesterday. Not too bad. I sweated out the over in the OKC game as my best bet for NBA. I didn't want to pick a side. It was getting really scary there in the beginning. OKC was down quite a bit, but they came back, and then they ended up doing the heavy lifting and get us the over for our best bet. We just dropped a couple baseball yesterday. Not too bad though. Finally got off the Twins train there, but could get back on it today. We'll see. But not a bad day overall. It was a pretty good day with home runs and things of that nature. So, just ready to get to today.
That was good timing. I wish I had Zebby there. That was a nice way to break a streak there.
Mick Abel making his first start looked pretty good. Yeah. I'm telling you. He dual skis for quite a bit. He did get a few hits, but 9 strikeouts. As a Philly, not a Philly guy, definitely got to be happy about that. Look at their arm that can go 5 innings.
I can't remember if he was high school or from UCF. There's some of all these new pitchers. I'm trying to. They're getting a lot of them now, right? We're getting a lot. This is the time of the year when we start seeing all the best prospects come up earlier now. So
come up earlier now. Yep.
So we'll say hello to Alninos. What's going on?
Yes, for Skeens, the Skeens movement, I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong, but we've seen this before. I mean, it wasn't DeGrom, right? And he had the better offense backing him up too.
He won the Cy Young.
And he had a better offense behind him that just was refusing to show up for him. So, yeah, that's tough to watch, and you got to feel for him. But hey, still got some good stuff there. So, and we're still trying to make some money off him despite that offense. There's different ways you can bet him first five and all that, but. Anyway, as for the game sevens, I was looking forward to a couple good games. Unfortunately, very anticlimactic game sevens there. But, hey, kind of disappointing, I guess, as a sports fan, also as a Nuggets backer. But at least we got the hockey right.
Yeah, we get there. Let's say hello here to let's see. Yeah, Edel came out of high school. First round pick 2020 out of high school. So the high school guy coming in here showing up pretty well. Let's say hello to Sean. Sean, what's going on?
And he's a top 5 pick for them in the organization. Or not top 5 pick, but he's a top 5 prospect. So they're waiting for him, and Painter's the other cat they got coming up there for Philly. But again, with Skeens, we've said this before. You can only do that first 5, and even then, what is he now? 3-8. The team is 3-8 in his wins. I was on Sports Grid the other night for Saturday night, and I said to this game, I said he's a 120 fave for a reason. The team does not score. It's a horrible team. And the Phillies have a better offense with a rookie. And how many times, if you're a fan of no matter what team it is, I don't care if you're a Rockies fan, a Dodger fan, it doesn't make a difference. Every person in this chat has seen their team go face some rookie or some no-name guy they bring up for a pitcher and absolutely get destroyed. The kid goes 7 innings, strikes out 8, gives up 2 hits. You're like, wait a second, what the hell happened? We should have beat this. This guy's a nobody. So, again, Skeens, if I was him last year when they wouldn't pay that $50,000 bonus, I would have been like, you know what? I gotta get out of it. Please trade me. This is embarrassing for the city, and it's terrible. Like, come on, 1 run, and I thought I was looking to fade him because I figured he's going to strike out 10 in 6 innings. He's at 110 pitches. They pull him out. Here comes the bullpen, and the game's 5-2, and that's that. And the Pirates lose. No, it was actually a 1-0 game or whatever the heck it was. Terrible.
Yeah, and that's why. And remember, the high school guy is going to take a longer time to get to the majors. You see these SEC guys 1 year in the majors, boom, they're right, or 1 year in the minors, they're right there. But the high school guy is going to take a longer path, so it'll be full. He's a 2020 draft pick. Why is it taking so long to get to the majors?
It's 17 years old.
Yeah,
I mean, how many? Very rarely you get an 18-year-old pitcher come out. Although we've seen it a few times, and then they yo-yo these guys. Were we talking about Edwin Jackson the other day? Was that us talking about Edwin Jackson? Yeah, Edwin Jackson was up for the Dodgers at 18 years old. He pitched for 4. But again, they pull a guy up, 4 starts, 3 starts, to yo-yo guys back. That doesn't help a guy. Give him a shot. Throw him out there.
I always find the
second rant on the Skeens. It's terrible. Terrible waste. What a waste. And the people don't even go see him when he pitches. It's not like they got 50,000 up there when he's out there pitching that day. No one goes. It's like Newman when he's in Jurassic Park. Nobody cares. Nobody really, right? And
it's because they know they're not going to sign him. So right there, they're just like, okay, any Pirate fan, any Pirate season ticket holder knows that. Well, they're going to move him. So they're just not. It's a bad. Again, you watch Pirate home games, especially at night. They are just so dull and.
You're in a terrible division. I like the Cubs. I've had the Cubs to win division and over their win total like the last 3 freaking years. I've been on them to do well. But that division is not that great. I think the Cardinals are overachieving. The Reds are underachieving. The Brewers are the Brewers, and it's still the Cubs. How don't you spend money when you have him? I think Keller's a decent pitcher. You could have spent money and maybe won a division. Nah, we're gonna do nothing.
Well, Francona, that's what they're looking for. I'm seeing some signs here of growth from this Reds team. Will it be enough to get them through into deep in the playoffs? We'll have to wait and see because Cleveland.
Another waste of a pitching staff.
Yeah,
they had the hit. Okay, I mean, we're going to be here for 2 hours today talking about how the hitting is poor in Major League Baseball, right? I mean, it's just terrible. Can we get away from just exit, bat
Launch
speed.
angle.
Like, oh,
Launch angle.
Look at the launch angle on this guy. Yeah, all right,
Go to the batting cages and try to hit the ball like that. You'll tell me you're not gonna have less contact.
Right into the torpedo bats. Remember torpedo bats at the start of the year? We're going to change it all up. Yeah. Everybody was going to score. Scoring's going to be up. We're cheating. We're bringing in new bats. What happened to that?
They used to call that. Vince Scully used to hate that. Vince Scully used to hate that because he'd always make reference. He used to call it the uppercut swing, and he used to hate that so much when he would say. And he would always, when he would say uppercut swing, then he would say the strikeout rate. This person strikes out 23%, 30% of the time. Uppercut swing. He used to hate that uppercut swing. He used to mention that all the time. You got to make contact in baseball.
Just swing for contact. If you make good contact, the ball's going to fly out. It's coming in at 95 miles an hour. If you hit it good, it's going to go somewhere.
Yep, absolutely. All right, let's go somewhere now. Let's do baseball here. We got 12 games. We'll do 3 blocks of 4. Speaking of the Reds, and the Pirates. We start with them. Reds and the Pirates today. Your 6:40 start. At least we're going 6:40. We're not doing that 6 a.m., 6 p.m. stuff. Let the working guy get to the ballpark. My goodness. And 6 o'clock local time. How can you get to the ballpark after work? All right, here we go. We got the Reds here, $1.25, total of 8. Cubs and Marlins. We got the Cubs, $1.65, total of 9. Mets and Red Sox from the Yankee Stadium to the Boston. Not a long trip here. Mets come down a little bit. You got Senga there, $1.33, total of 9. And we'll end the block here with Astros and Rays. The Rays, $1.33, total of 9. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and look at this one. I'll take the Mets here in this spot at the low price with Senga on the mound. Look at Dobbins on the mound. Hey, he's not horrible, but you look at what Boston was doing over the last week, and they're 1-5 straight up. Well, the Mets 3-3. Hey, they were in that game on Sunday night. Most people are just going to fade the Mets here in this spot. They're like, oh, Sunday Night Baseball, Mets are behind there. Fade them. No thanks. I'll take the Mets there, and at that price, you're going to lay a little bit of juice. I'll take the Mets over Boston there in that time spot.
It might be a bus trip there from New York to Boston. I'm not quite sure how the arrangements are getting over there.
Pretty quick. Maybe a quick flight up, down.
Yeah, it's private jets anyway. On over to Chris.
You guys already know where I'm at on this Cincinnati-Pittsburgh one. We're going to take Cincinnati on the money line. I don't, nothing against Keller there. It's Lodolo, but Cincinnati is kind of waking up here. You look at different ones. Will Benson's having a phenomenal past 4 games, home run in each one of those. They're kind of waking up, and this Pittsburgh team is just I don't know, just ridiculous. So take Cincinnati on the money line there. I don't think it's going to be high scoring at all, but we'll still take them. We're going to go over with Cubs in Miami. Their Cubs are 11-8 to the over on the road. We got Brown and Cabrera there. I think they can get hit on that one. And then I'm going to go the other way with Mets and Boston. I mean, you look at what Boston does at home. They're 11-10 to the under. Mets are 14-9 to the under on the road. So we'll just see a little bit lower scoring game in that one, especially with Senga out there. I think he can keep control of things. So we'll go with those 3.
Yeah, with Chris, we move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, a couple I like quite a bit and are growing more on me the more I look at them. Kind of like the Reds here. The one I do like more is the Mets. I think they got the nice pitching edge there with Senga. The numbers come down and very bettable now. Mariners, I think, I guess it's a little juicy on the -1. You could take them. Even the -1.5 is juiced. So
we're not on that game yet. El Ninos.
Oh, I thought we were doing
4. We're doing 4.
Yeah, okay, sorry. So yeah, Mets and Reds for me.
I know from El Ninos on over to Sean.
Apologize for coughing. I hit the camera instead of the mute. So most time you wonder why I'm on mute because I'm gagging over here. Here we go, Reds and Pirates. I mean, I do have a 3-pack up. I got 11 games that I wanted to do today, but I'm like, you know what? I do have 5 on the site, only 3 in a 3-pack up, and I'm having a good run, but I just can't pull 11 today. That's a lot. But the Reds are one of them that we're going to be looked at, as Chris mentioned here. Maybe they're turning the corner. 4 in a row for them, and the Pirates are terrible. Pirates are bad. I like Lodolo. I like him. I like Abbott. I think they have a good young staff here. If they're hitting, they can be a dangerous team. So I'll ride them here. It's like 115 there. This is a spot where I feel like I don't mind losing with a run line. Like I look at it as the Pirates are just. Come on, you got stymied yesterday. A lot of times you want to take a team after getting shut out or whatever, or hitting like getting 3 hits in a game. I can't do that. Give me the Reds here in a different combination. Cubbies, I got again. We're on a streak here, but it's got to be a run line with Mr. Brown. I couldn't do it though. 105, and the Marlins hit somehow.
I know.
I can't name. Chris, right? We like to prospect. We jump into our Bowmans. Like, who the heck is on this lineup here for the Marlins? And I collect like rookie card. I don't even know. It's crazy.
So they're going over. Mostly thanks to their pitching, but they're going over.
Yeah, they go over. It's crazy. And Mets, listen, it's like what Rod said there. We got the Sunday nighter, go the other way there. But again, who's pitching for the Red Sox? Who the hell's this guy? Dobbins. Mr. Dobbins?
Yeah. Mr. Dobbins, he might be the guy from UCF. Let me see that. I know there was a guy that was from UCF. Where is he from here? Dobbins, where is he at? Nope.
Texas.
Oh, yeah, I know he's
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech, yeah, Texas Tech.
And I like my guy.
Oh wait, that's Dobby. My bad.
I like my guy People. I like People, but I can't lay a 130-ish. I can't do it. I can't.
5 starts already.
That's it. That's it for that block.
That's it for that block. All right, I'll tell you what I think here. Yeah, I agree with the Reds here. Lodolo's numbers have been better on the road. In his 5 road starts, an ERA of 1.44. Keller at home's allowed 17 runs in 27 innings. The Reds have been good as road favorites of $1.10 or higher, 4-1 this season. Pittsburgh against these teams with good bullpens here, 0-5 facing teams with a bullpen ERA of 3.45 or lower. I'll look at the Reds there. I agree there with the over in Chicago and Miami. Boy, look at the Cubs on the road here. 41 homers in 22 games, but the bullpen has an ERA near 5. The Marlins here in a home dog roll, 36-13 to the over here. There, so I'll look, and we know this Marlins teams give up home run balls. We know that, and they're facing a home run hitting team here in the Cubs. So I like the over in that one. Give me under with Senga. The Mets are 7-0 to the under in 7 of Senga's starts this season. So I'll take under there with the Mets and the Red Sox and Boston. 245 batting average against right-handers, but man, Senga has been very sharp this season. So I look for the under there. All right, let's continue here on. Tony S'more shows. We continue on here with Major League Baseball. For the next games here on this block, we'll cover the next 4. Mariners and White Sox here. Mariners about $2, total of 8. Guardians and Twins. Twins have moved up since the overnight open here. We got the Minnesota Twins now $1.29. We've seen some 30s and 40s in some spots, but total 7.5. O's and Brewers $1.10, total 8.5. And we'll end the block here with Tigers and Cardinals. Here, it looks like the Cardinals here $1.50, total 8.5. I think the books are in disbelief that Montero is going to start for Detroit. That's why we don't see a widely available number there in that game. So we'll start this one here with Rod.
Yeah, well, I hope he starts because I like the over there in that matchup. So come on, Skyder! I hope you start for the Tigers there in that one because he's good for giving up a few. And Nate Gray is all right, but he's good for giving up a couple as well. And at 8, I think that's way too light on the total. I'll take the over Detroit and St. Louis. And then another one I'm looking at, it's like over. Hey, these two teams have faced already, Cleveland and Minnesota. I'm going to take the under 7.5. I expect it to be a lower scoring one. When Ober pitched against the Guardians last outing, I believe the Twins won 11-1 in that matchup. I don't see the Twins smashing Logan Allen here for the tune of 11 runs. So bookmakers got this as a pitcher's duel. 7.5. I like it. Give me the under 7.5. Cleveland, Minnesota.
There we go with Rob. We move on over to Chris.
Yeah, on the Seattle White Sox, I think the only way to go there to get some value on Seattle is take them on the run line against the White Sox at home. The other one I'm looking at here, Baltimore, Milwaukee. Got to take under there. I mean, Baltimore 14-7 is the under on the road. Milwaukee 13-7 at home. I don't think anybody's hitting in this one, so we're going to see a little bit lower one there. I think it's at 8.5 currently, so we'll go under that one. And nice plus 150 with Detroit. The Tigers are kind of hot right now. And Sonny Gary can get hit. Looking at all these stats now, the Tigers love to hit against him anyway. I would agree with the over. I think both these guys can get hit, but I would take Detroit on the money line as an away dog.
Here we go with Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, tough pitching matchup for sure in that one, but I gotta take a shot with the Tigers here. Again, that plus money again. It's not a huge play for me again. It's great, not putting up the best numbers, but he's definitely the better starter here. And yeah, so again, just think the value's on the Tigers still, despite that pitching disadvantage there. As I was starting to say, Mariners probably a little too juicy on the -1 for a single play, but you could go -1.5 for the full game. If you're playing it on single play, sorry. And I think that small lean to the Twins, I guess, but a little bit pricey for this matchup. But if I had to pick a side on that one, I would go Twins.
Here we go with Alnitos over to Shaw for the middle four.
Sorry about that. We were talking off air about what's going on in my neighborhood, so I should have known better. I saw a bunch of electrical trucks.
Yeah.
Over by the post office, there's an 8-pack of them. We're putting new wire, so I was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me!" Twinkies playing. I want to come here on the Twinks, but I have not played Minnesota there. White Sox and Seattle. No way the White Sox could win the game, right? Even though we just saw the Dodgers get swept, right?
Yeah, never that would happen.
Yeah, no way that could go on there. I want to take the Sox. Again, this is a team that's on my radar here at a +170 today. Haven't pulled the plug. Brew Crew and the O's. How about just an over here? I mean, the Orioles, if they're going to hit Priester, okay. But what a disaster yesterday. I thought for sure yesterday would be a shot to play on them. They fired the coach. They scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th the night before. So you're thinking, you know what? They got a little fight in them, right? They got a little fight. I thought that would be like a run line spot for them if they lose, whatever. Man, just get blasted right out of the gate in the first inning again. You got to do an over there with the Brew Crew. And the Tigers here. Who's pitching for Detroit today? We got a guy.
It's listed as Montero, so that's I think right, like I said. I think that's why the books they're probably in disbelief that he's even going to that he's listed. They thought they're going to make a change.
Guy. You love that guy.
I like to bash that guy so much. But sometimes they use him sometimes they put in an opener when he starts. I think they're just waiting to see if he's going to be a bulk guy,
St. Louis, I need some losses here from the Cards. I got an over on him. I was expecting a fast start here, but I can't lay 160 with Sonny Gray. I don't care. I don't care who's pitching for the Tigers. They could be bringing in Doyle Alexander from 1989. I'd still take 150 against Sonny Gray. I lean Tigers there, but I heard part of the conversation where they're begging you to take Detroit. I mean, I get it. That's a big number, but I don't care. I'd still take the dog there.
Yeah, this thing is the thing. It's not like you're going to get like 6 or 7 bad innings from Ontario. You might get 3 or 4.
Yeah,
that's the thing when you look at it.
Gray's got some wins, but it sounds like he's coming out with like a 1, ERA or some nonsense. I mean, He's got a 250 batting average against. He's been pedestrian this year.
He's not as bad as last year. Last year he was just sometimes that gets stuck in your mind. You see them last year, right? You think, oh my, and then
he's been bad on the road. The road's been bad. He's got a 290 batting average against on the road, Gray. So I mean, better at home at 230. But again, I'm not rushing to bet. I like a lot. Doesn't mean I got to play a lot.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. No doubt. Yeah, I agree there with Minnesota here in this spot. Cleveland has not been hitting well. Twins over the past 6, 274. Over at home, ERA 2.53 in his 4 starts. But this Minnesota bullpen, I don't hear a lot of talk about that. About 1 run in 22 in the 3rd innings. That's the key there. Is the bullpen has really been sharp for Minnesota. They have won 13 of their past 16. We know they were going to lose yesterday with Zebby, and they just we knew that was coming. Guardians here 0-5 on the road against these good offenses that outscore opponents by half run per game this season, losing nearly 5.5 units. So I'll look here at Minnesota in that spot. Yeah, I'll be that sucker that takes I bash Montero, but really the guy does have an ERA, still 4.5. He's not going to go. He'll probably have to go 3 or 4 innings, maybe give up 2 runs. But Sonny Gray here, look at Sonny Gray here in his past 5 starts. He's given up 19 runs in 27 innings. So let's just put it that way. Sonny Gray's putting up Montero type numbers. that's all I can tell you right there. So it's like a coin flip. So give me the plus on the Tigers.
Teams 3-1 in his starts too, Tony. And if you look, there's 3-1 in the Montero starts when he's pitching. So it's not like they don't try for him. So at that price, how can you?
Well, it does help that you have the best bullpen in baseball behind you too.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
So
definitely.
if you give up 4 spot, they hold the opponents. You put up 5 or 6 runs, you're going to win. That's kind of the key there. Yeah. Now, if Montero was on the Marlins, they would be they would lose every game in his starts. That's kind of,
or the Pirates,
or the Nationals, or the Pirates, or the Nationals. Yeah. But when you're a bad pitcher on a very good offensive and a bullpen team, you can put up average numbers. It's kind of like
he's only got 3 for one of those wins. So
it's like a quarterback with an offensive line, right? He gets upgraded when they're great. A bad quarterback becomes.
He only got credited for one of those wins. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
The team got. Won 3 of his 4.
Yeah,
I was just backing up what Tony was saying about the bullpen back.
So that's the thing. But Sonny Gray has just been pounded here of late. That's the concern here. So I got two. Let's put Gray it's a bad pitcher right now. So I have 2 below average pitchers. I'm getting plus money. Give me the plus on the Tigers. That's how I rationalize it. There. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Morning Show. As we continue we close it out with these final 4 on the card. All right, we got the Phillies and Rockies. Look at this. The Phillies 260. You're getting plus 2 and change at home with the Rocks. You have faith in the Rocks as a home dog. Look at this $2 price there with a total of 10. Royals and Giants. I mean, goodness, this has the sound of a snooze fest, but we'll see here. Giants $1.27 total. Now, so we've seen some hooks on that 7. I wish I would have waited till right now to put that in. Oops, what did I give up? All right, 7.5 total 127. Angels Athletics. So Angels Athletics back in the shelter. The Angels in the shelter too. Hey, they may be looking for a shelter because there's been some talk that the Angels Stadium is not up to standard. So they may be the next. They may be another homeless team coming with the Angels because they're not getting their act together there with that structured Anaheim Stadium. All right, so Athletics $1.23 total 9.5. D-backs and Dodgers. Oh my goodness, the Dodgers they got paid $1.40 total 9.5. And I've told you about the 5-4 bullpen guys that are hurt. Well, you can now add Kirby Yates to that. So 5 of the best arms are hurt right now in that Dodger bullpen. So that is where it's at, guys. And it's just caught up. It is finally, I've been screaming about this for weeks. It's finally caught up to them about their bullpen injuries. Now they've taxed them, and the guys behind their top arms aren't the greatest. So that's why you're seeing the LA starting to slide down because of the injuries to their bullpen, especially. Dodgers $1.40 total 9.5. Yes, Fat is on the mound. We're getting a lot of fade. That's in the chat. We'll see what Rod thinks. Let's go over to Rod.
And for me, hey, normally it is a fade that spot, but Nick Nack Paddywhack get that ball a whack. He's starting for the Dodgers, so the Dodgers have actually been pretty good in his starts. It's probably because they can outscore guys like Kay and Montero. It makes Nack look not so bad, but with Brandon Pfaadt going on the mound, hey, he's already beat the Dodgers once. It was a 5-3 win. They split the series earlier already this season. Each team winning 2. So I'm going to take Arizona here. And you know me, I'm not a big Arizona guy. I've been saying they're trash all year long, but this is the spot that they can get the win on the Dodgers. Hey, that bullpen we've seen, Tony, they just added another arm to it that's down and not serviceable. So it could be ended up being a high-scoring type of game, but I'm going to take Arizona here. It was a 5-3 win for Arizona when P-Fad was on the mound. So we're not going to fade him. We're going to take him here in this one. Don't do me wrong, P-Fad. I will. You better be good today because you'll always hear about it the rest of the year. I'm telling you, I will fade that the rest of the way. I'm going to give you some hope that I think you play good today and pitch well against these Dodgers and get Arizona the win. Even the bookmakers are guarding against that price at a plus 120. Yeah, they realize and they're going, oh, Dodgers might lose 4 straight. Team that's not going to win 4 straight. Tony, is that Angels squad. Congratulations, they got the sweep. They're still celebrating the sweep of the Dodgers, and now they're going into the homeless ballpark there.
High Point.
And you look, and you look. Hey, that's Athletic squad. Hey, they're pretty good at home. Better on the road, but at home here, I think they're right here in this one to get the win. Why are they giving you some nice plus price? Don't you want the Angels? You totally want the Angels. No. Why? Because they've lost 9 straight against an American League opponent. 9 straight. Yuck. Give me the Athletics here. I'm going to take the run line. You get a nice little plus price on that run line. I know the money line is layable as well, but let's find some plus price. I'm going to add them on the run line. Are the Athletics over the Angels?
Back in their shelter, getting a nice fresh shower there back in Sacramento. It's going to be hot, by the way, in Sacramento today. I just looked that up. It's like it's in the mid 80s at first pitch. So remember, these aren't we're not at the bay anymore. We're about an hour inland. So it's hot. It feels like a desert over there. Let's move on over to Chris.
Like a couple totals in this one here. Kansas City, San Francisco. I have learned in San Francisco night games, like Solo said the other day, we take the under. I was taught that the other day because I took the over and was sadly mistaken. So now I'm going to roll with the under there. It's absolutely some data to back that with the Giants at night. And then going to go the other direction was Arizona and the Dodgers. Did the video on YouTube, deeper dive there. We go over. The Dodgers, I know they hadn't been doing too well there, but I think it's one of those type of games where we see Shohei have to do something. He went 0-5, I think. I don't know, past in that series, he did terrible against the Angels. He had a couple good things, but yeah, so over there, I think we see some runs. I think Knack and Fat both get hit, and then we're gonna go the same way. We know what happens in the homeless shelter there with the Athletics. We get up and out over that, so take the over in that one as well. And small lean to Colorado just because it's plus 230. Nothing I would suggest anybody doing. I'm putting a little bit of lunch money on it just to fade Philadelphia after yesterday's ridiculous game against the Pirates. But 230 is nice for the Colorado, and they got to win something. So just a lean there. Nothing sufficient there. So.
Yeah, 87 degrees in the shelter in Sacramento, first pitch on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, tough matchup here for my Dodgers, for sure. I think for now, no play for the morning show, unfortunately, there. I like the Royals early here. I like Bubic has been pitching well. I like him to keep them in this one early. I'll take the half run in the first 5 innings with the Royals. And I know there's I don't know if you want to call it value, but there's definitely a big plus price next to the Rockies. But with Sanchez over Freeland, I think the Phillies wake up a little bit after just putting up one run yesterday. So if I had to make a play, well, I don't even know if I want to recommend this, but I would lean -2.5. I haven't bet it. It's probably better to just take a shot on the dog actually, but I think the Phillies should smash them in this spot. So I guess the no play for me.
From El Ninos on over to Sean.
Yeah, Philly should definitely smash. That's why they're -170 out of -1.5. I mean, I like the under in the Royals and the Giants. It was 7 last night. It's actually gotten up to 7.5. So we get an extra half run there with Ubi and Ray. I like the Angels. Again, we've won a couple in a row. This is we'll 3 in a row for them. The Angels have lost 5 straight. So I'm not looking to jump on a team that's laying a number that's dropped 5 in a row. I mean, that's no thank you to that. And it's here we go. Arizona, best team in the West. Here we go. Glad Rod's coming over to the dark side with Pete Fatty and Alan Burns. And it's a short line.
It's more like because the Dodgers were on the other side. If it was anybody else, I'd be fading P Fatty.
Why do you like the
Burns? A lot more juice.
Taking Fatty. That's for sure.
I mean, tomorrow it's Yamamoto versus Ryan Nelson tomorrow.
Because we're up big. We're up big. Well, we get 3 times our money on Zach's falling.
It's Cheech and Chong bobblehead day on Fatty.
Zach falling.
Well,
Zach falling made us a good coin there.
I gotta look at the forward matchups too when I do my betting here. So the pitching, it's Yamamoto tomorrow should be Dodgers run line tomorrow. Probably another over. Ryan Nelson will give up runs, and then you got Burns on the hill. You got Burns going on Wednesday, so it's definitely another over.
Burns money. It's called Burns money.
Yeah, Burns.
And May.
Good week coming.
And
I can feel it.
It's not overs.
May the day never come.
Hot weather
on the hill for the Dodgers on Wednesday. So that's
and hot weather coming into LA. We'll hit 80s tomorrow and then 90s. So
seeing that temperature starting to rise.
What are the odds for Arizona to win the series? Because Burns has not been terrible. I mean, I know his strikeouts are gone, but his other numbers across the board aren't bad.
Plus 180.
Plus 180 to win?
Serious?
terrible.
Oh, nice. And I'm not even an Arizona guy. Go Arizona.
You don't think they're worth a shot at 180? I think
I like them here at 180. I'm going to take a shot with them here at 180 to win against Dodgers.
I think they have a shot. 2 out of 3.
They're slumping right now. You got to take advantage. These are the spots. The books give us money and plus money. These are the spots in baseball you got to take advantage of.
And the Angels need some material for their highlight film, so they figured, we got it all. We got it already done. So their highlight film for the end of the year is already it's already set.
If you like them to win the series, you like them to win today, obviously, because tomorrow's a tough one. So
yeah, no, I like them today. I like P. Fatty today, and I think Yamamoto will shut him down tomorrow. But I think a shot of Burns against May, because I don't think May's that great.
I think this is your best matchup.
You
Like
take Burns money. Good luck. All
Burns
right.
money. Hey, come on.
That's the only one that scares me a little. This is
I didn't realize that the Angels Stadium it's the same stadium they played in since 1966.
Oh yeah, there's all these. The city wants to get in there, investigate all the issues. I guess there's crack in the concrete. I don't know. I mean, I've been reading about this stuff, but the Angels won't give them act. The Angels pay $1 a year for rent because they want all the tax dollars they generate. So, but they want to do some improvements to the stadium because it hasn't been touched in several years. So there's a lot of issues trying to get access from the city.
I thought they kind of redid it a little bit. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they just changed their uniforms.
They expanded it, but they're worried about the structure. The concrete holding up the upper deck and lower deck. I mean, if I go to an Angel game, I'm not sitting, and I'm going to sit in the lower deck away from any fallen concrete. So I'm going to be like around first row in the box seats. That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy that in the Dodger Stadium are two of the old. I mean, obviously you got Wrigley and Fenway, but those two are the oldest stadiums. Mm-hmm. And you figure it's LA to have earthquakes. You figure they'd be like, let's put something new out here.
The city of Anaheim, owns the stadium, so they want to inspect the property because they would be the city of Anaheim would be responsible, right, for any issues. So they want to go in there and do a full on inspection audit, but the Angels are kind of blocking them from doing it. I think from what I've read. So
that's what they updated. They just updated their name to the Los Angeles Angels.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. We might have another homeless team here coming up here. So there's a whole thing with liability issue. If you guys do the search on that, you'll find the interesting writing here. The Orange County Register, obviously, that's a local newspaper. They've been covering that like crazy. There's also YouTube videos on it, so you guys can do the search. Very interesting read there. Just seeing about all the mismanagement here about this.
They were the California Angels. It was fine. Then they changed their name to LA Angels. Then they're the LA Angels of Anaheim. What are you talking about? Are you in Anaheim or are you in Los Angeles? How are you
They're in Anaheim. I guess they thought LA sounded better. I don't know.
No, they were the Los Angeles of Anaheim. Remember? No, they changed their name to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. That was their full name, Al.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. There wasn't one time. It's just they thought they just. And you start games at 6:40 locally. So you think those people from LA are going to make it there in LA traffic? I mean, it was ridiculous. They were the first out here to start doing that 6:40 local start time, which is 6:38, which is like, how are we going to, you don't want LA people who are going to start games at 6:38. I mean, it's ridiculous what they do here, but that's how they say, they need to give hard. Yeah, they need to have hard hats for the fans. Really, you do need to hard hats to go to Anaheim Stadium because something could fall on your head very easily. That's what the city's worried about, but they have to get access from the
chunk of concrete going.
That's what they're worried about. And I have to take the city side in there. They should give them grant access there. But so we'll see how that develops. As I said, we might have. Well, they may be playing in Dodgers. They want to be LA. Maybe that's already moved to play in Dodger Stadium. Because remember, Dodger Stadium did host the Angels for a couple of seasons when they were constructing Anaheim Stadium back in the day. All right, I'll tell you what I think here. Yeah, interesting note here. Rockies are 2-1. They're home dogs with $2 or greater. Return 40 minutes. I'll take the Rockies here. I mean, it's look at the Philadelphia 240 hitting on the road. ERA 4.5 on the road. Rockies bullpen is about the only thing you can say something good about. At home, the ERA of 3.83. Phillies 1-4 on the road against left-handed starters, losing 4 units. So I can build a case here for this big home doggy. Give me the Rockies there in that spot. Agree with the under. As Solo said here, Giants this year 10-3 the under in their home night games because it looks like it's always a lot of fog. Ball doesn't travel much. Oh, look at that! It's 10-3 the under this year, but you look at the past 2+ seasons, it's closer to 6% of the Giants games at home at night going under. So continue that streak there. I'll go over with the Angels and the Athletics. That's an over park. And both of these pitching staffs get pounded against home run hitting teams. The Angels are a home run hitting team, believe it or not. They're averaging 1.25 or greater home runs per game this season. Angels 5-1 facing those type of teams. Athletics against teams that are home run hitting teams, 7-1 the over at home. So we got two home run hitting lineups against pitching staffs that gets pounded against these home run hitting teams. So I like over in that game. Going over with LA, I've been talking about this LA bullpen for a long time now. Now you could add Kirby Yates to the streak. Their 5 best arms out. Your BNC guys are getting taxed, so now you have to go to Oklahoma City, bringing up some more arms. So a lot of problems there with the Dodgers bullpen because they don't like to have their starters going more than 4.5 or 5 innings. So now you're going to get minor league. Now you're in a situation where you got minor leaguers now filling in these relief innings. Give me the over there. We're getting warmer temperatures now in LA, wind blowing slightly out. And again, against these home run hitting teams, Arizona 5-2 the over. And let's face this way, Arizona's not their bullpen. They're not great shakes. And interesting note here about our man, Mr. Fad. Mr. Fade, you like to fade it, although I'm not going to fade him. I'm going over here. In his 4 road starts this year, Mr. Fade it, ERA of 6.64. So Fade it gets pounded on the road. So I like the over there in this spot. You know about Knack, he gets pounded anywhere, home, away, spring training, wherever they throw him, he gets, even in bullpen sessions, he gets pounded. So I like the over in that one there between Arizona and LA with Fade.
You did the over, Tony, in the last what is it? How many? The last 15 in LA head to head, 10-5 to the over between these two teams. So they love to play to the overs.
Yeah, especially that Arizona bullpen. When you get them in there, oh my goodness! This team blows tons of saves. Angels have no minor leaguers. Yeah, they are choke on. They have been since you go back in the history of LA. Their only success they've had is during the steroid era. Yeah, I think we're going to get to WNBA.
Yes, they were the California Angels.
Yeah.
I see some good players come from that were playing on their farm squad in Edmonton for the Edmonton Trappers. That was their farm squad back in the 80s. So some good guys came out of the California Angels, but they were the California Angels.
They need to bring back California Angels, back Mike Witt. You probably saw a lot of their good.
Yeah, Mike Witt. Oh man,
that Sidewinder was a good pitcher.
Yeah.
They had some really good players back. A lot of them were free agents back in the day too, but they actually had a farm system, knew how to run it back in those days. Yeah, I think they were better when Disney ran it, believe it or not. Eisner and Company. That's that basically inherited. He inherited. That's when they won their title, was under Disney's ownership, believe it or not. All right, let's continue here on the Tony S'more Show. We go to the. Yes, we do have a game on Monday. Usually it's an off day for the WNBA, but they're giving us a game on Monday. We got the Storm and the Wings here, standalone game, 8 Eastern time. We see the Storm here, an opener of 2. We've seen some money come on this road favorite here. You know what? Some of the road favorites are cashing. We've seen that already. Here, we got the Seattle Storm now up to 3.5, total 166. We started here with Rod.
Yeah, and you look at Seattle in that last game. Well, they ran into the buzzsaw of the Mercury and got whooped. Wasn't even close. Defensively, Seattle looked awful. Looked just as awful as Dallas did defensively in their first game of the year. So what's been the common theme between these two teams? Over, but over in the first half. The last 4 meetings head-to-head, 4-0 to the over in that first half. The last 10 meetings head-to-head, 8-2 to the over in the first half. I'm looking at this number's at an 84 in that first half. These girls can score plenty enough to get us over in that first half. Take the over 84 in the first half in this one.
There from Rod. We move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to look the same direction, but probably the whole game there. We look at Dallas at home games where the total's 160, 169.5, and they're 8-1 to the over on that. And then also looking back at the history here, I'd take the 3.5 with Dallas. I think even if the Storm were to win it, I think Dallas can keep it close there, so I'd rather have the plus 3.5 in my back pocket.
There we go. And I saw Sean at a premium yesterday on W, so we go to Sean.
You like that 2 in 1 day?
Well, it's a market. It's a market, right? So when we joke about it, it's like another market. You got your tech sector, you got your pharmaceuticals, and now you're in the retail sector now. So it's just another market to be in.
That was. I feel like I should just retire undefeated. Like, I pick and choose my spots. I go 7-0. I'll be like, I don't. Whatever. I'm selective 100%. better. I got to finish ahead of Rod. I'm 100% though. I'm 100 perfect. Yeah, that was a rare. I looked at it. I'm like, you know what? I'm taking a shot here. I listen. I joke about the WNBA. You know, I get Ramon all fired up about it, stuff like that. But you know, you got to look a little bit at it. You know, I'll see. You know, you see my numbers in hockey and NBA. It's not as much as football and college hoops and baseball and stuff like that. It's I don't care. I'll be 51. I'm still learning. I'm trying to learn new tricks. I don't want to. I'm a stubbornness, you know. But whatever. I like money.
That's it. Like I said, it's another market, right? It's just another market.
I got old kids. I need 4 trucks. I need colleges. I got to find another cash flow coming in.
Yeah, well, that's another market to bet. I just kind of look at it like a stocks market. You know, I've bought retail stocks, I bought tech stocks, and now we've got here comes pharmaceuticals. Let me and this is how I look at it. So it's just another market you can bet into if you find an edge in it. And kind of watching these games kind of gives you that insider trader feeling to it, right? Because you don't know what the hell when you're buying stocks, you don't know what the hell is going on in these companies. At least you can see the games and see who's playing, see who's coaching. So I feel like you got a little insider trading here when you bet sports. If you follow it closely, that's the most important. All right, let's continue here. Anything on this one, Sean?
No,
nothing on this one. Very selective, but if he's got something, we'll go to him. All right. We know El Nino says nothing to do with W. He goes, no, I'm not going to even touch it. I don't like the look of it or the feel of it. Not going to touch it.
Nothing against the look of it. I mean, hey, I might prefer the look of beach volleyball, but
there you go. He likes the look. He watches beach volleyball this time of the year. Well, there's a market up there for that, I'm pretty sure. If you find it.
Definitely.
I know in the Olympics they put up beach volleyball numbers. I know that. All right, that's what kept those RSNs in business, was that beach volleyball on all the time. If they should put that on 24 hours, they'd make a lot of money on it. I think there's a channel already doing that. That's the problem. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Now it's time for our parlay privilege segment, where we can give out a prop, a parlay, team player prop, game of the future, series. We got series now, so we probably get a series pick. Who's going to win this next these conference championship series? We started off here with Rod.
And we're going to go with a little 3-teamer for you. We're going to take the Mets on the run line, the Athletics on the run line, and throw in the over in the WNBA game in that first half. A little 3-teamer for you.
3-teamer with Rob. We move on over to Chris.
Give me a Detroit money line, Cincinnati money line, Seattle run line. Your home run prop for the day. There's 3 out there on a video. We'll get to that later. Somebody's hot right now, man. Will Benson with the Cincinnati Reds. He's hit on a 4-game home run streak. Had 2 yesterday in the same game. We're going to ride him again today to get one against the Pirates. It's plus 500. And then I usually don't do too many ribby props, but I like Michael Conforto against Fat today. He's got 4 RBIs in the past. It's plus 190 for you today.
There you go with Chris on over to El Nino's.
I will go with the Cubs -1, Mariners -1, and the Twins.
Twinkies there for El Nino's. We move on over to Sean.
All right, we got 3 today, 2 totals, 22 and 24 -$20. My end of show side and total picks. So I'm turning the corner though. We're 23 and 10 the last week in MLB, so that's good. The weather's getting hotter. I'm getting fatter, and the games are winning. So we got that going on for us. I like the Reds today, -115. Brewers over 8.5, and we'll San Fran under that 7.5 today.
There from Sean. Tell you what I like here. I like the Tigers at plus with a couple of West Coast overs, Angels, Athletics, over Dodgers, and D-backs. All right, we got you through our probably purple segment. Now it's time to see what we got for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Because we just gave you our free picks, but if you want our best bets, our premium plays, well, click the link in the description. You'll get right over there to Tony'sPicks.com. You'll see we have leaderboards there showing you the top performers here on our site. A lot of the top performers you see right here on the show, many of them, and on our YouTube channel. So let's take a look and see what's rolling over at Tony'sPicks.com. Eunice leader right now for the year, coming off here right now is Rod. Has been phenomenal numbers, 6,239 units of profit, all documented over at Tony's Picks. Rod, what you got for sale?
And for me today, hey, it's baseball, so I'm focused on baseball today. I got my MLB play of the day. You can scoop it up singly, or it's included in a 5-pack today. I got a nice little 5-pack of MLB rolling today. Love that Monday 5-pack, so definitely scoop that up, and let's have a big week to kickstart the new week winning. Love that 5-pack. Best way to go, though, is to grab that long-term pass. Join me for the week-long. We'll throw in that NBA playoffs coming. The conference finals in the NHL will be included in that week pass, as well as we start those on Tuesday and Wednesday. So definitely those kick off as well. So that week pass will definitely do you good. You get the NBA, you get the NHL, and more MLB thrown in there, and then definitely throw some more WNBA. Often nice 3-1 start there. You can scoop up the W pass as well. So let's continue to crush the books like we have all season long, and continue to stack the units. Jump aboard. Hey, that 2-for-1 capper promotional. Can't go wrong with that as well here at Tony's Picks. Definitely pair me up with another hot capper you see here at Tony's Picks. And have 2 cappers putting money in your pockets. Can't go wrong with that. Use Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off. Let's start the week of winning.
Winning with Rod over at Tony's Pick. You can see he's ready to roll here. And of course, remember all of our one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit or amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. So get on board with Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can see the green across the screen here with Rod. 24 days, 7 days, 30 days for the year. 6,239 units of profit. These numbers are verified and documented right here on pick history. We can verify every play Rod has put in the system. Just hit the arrows left or right. You can see he's made 2,076 pick entries this time at Tony'sPicks.com. You can verify all those numbers there, and you can see Rod green across the screen in multiple sports. So he'll dabble in a little bit W in there. Tennis, he's got a winner up there. MMA, plays dogs and turn to profit. So there you go. So get on board with Rod. Tony'sPicks.com. We got the big tournaments coming up here with the French Open. We got the Wimbledon coming up, U.S. Open, all that stuff in the summer. So get on board with Rod over at Tony's Picks. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. But you can see most of Rod's actions here is the W and Major League Baseball will be the bulk of it here. So get on board there with Rod. All right, let's see what Chris has got rolling. Come off of winning the NBA day on Sunday. What do you got for sale, Chris?
Oh, guys, got you a 3-pack today in baseball. Best bet 2 premiums in there. How about something long term with me? We got playoffs starting tomorrow, and then, like you said, it'll be every other day that we get a game there. So I'll have you some games in that. Big slate of baseball all week. Again, we're in the middle of it all here, so I'll get you some of that. But how about something long term, just in case there's any pitching changes? You can get that last minute late steam that we offer here at Tony's Picks. And then 2-for-1 capper. Hook me up with somebody else on the leaderboard there. Everybody's doing well. 2 people putting money in your pocket, as I always tell you guys, makes a lot of sense. So do that. And then, don't forget that promo code, Tony T at checkout. And then also I've got my season pass up there for pretty affordable all the way through the World Series. I usually put in 3 to 5 picks a day. So you're going to get that for one price all the way into October, November, depending on when that ends.
There you go. I got with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can see all the long-term subscriptions here from Chris from the 3-day all the way to the season pass. Just a reminder on all long-term subscriptions, we get our member plays in by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but we handicap throughout the day and night, looking for winners for our customers, our long-term subscribers throughout the day and night. And any play we put in the system between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time are late steam, and those are emailed right to your inbox using the email you use when you sign up for service. That's late steam featured on all long-term subscriptions. So get on board. And I don't see that available on any other site. So get on board with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, let's take a look, see what Al Ninas has got going over at Tony's Picks. Al's put together strong NBA year for this season. 660 units of profit document. Al, what's for sale?
I got 2 plays in the MLB so far. Waiting on some better numbers. Could get there with up to 5 plays, I believe, today on the premium side. So check them out individually if you're just looking for one play. If not, grab one of those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes. Always your best way to go. And as Chris was saying, get this team plays that way as well.
There you go. Get on board with that over at Tony's Picks. You see the MLB plays up there for you, so get on board. Long-term subscriptions as well. Al's got an MLB season pass for you there, so you get on board with El Ninos over at Tony'sPicks.com. Don't forget the promo code to save. All right, let's take a look, see what Sean's got rolling. We told you Sean would start rolling. He's starting to roll now. You're starting to see him creep up these leaderboards. And baseball starting to pick it up here. Over 2,000 units of profit document for Sean over at Tony's Picks. Sean, what's for sale?
Yeah, MLB, like I said, a little 3-pack action there. I do have 5 up, but I just do 3 packs. as I say with like hockey, NBA, or real rando WNBA, you know, best of me are going to get a weekly, a little longer term pass. You get more games out of it. I fire a lot of baseball. I got 3 today, up 5 total on the site. Go get it if you want. And like I said, man, freaking good for Chris following Rod, being nice. I mean, what do you even say after freaking Rod's numbers come up? I mean, it's the guy. Oof, man, making it hard on everybody. This guy can he stop doing shows or something? Have somebody else take the spotlight on? Come on. You said it's 40 degrees up there. Is there an ice? You gonna have a little ice coming through? We could not do a show one day.
Oh, there you go.
His like. All right, I got what? I got like a random WNBA game. Rod has every sport in the green. I just want to go back to Rod's thing. Like, people don't understand, Tony. I say this every day at the end of when it's my time talking about my stuff here, but I don't think people appreciate Rod's run across the board. It's not. I was grading. I just was college basketball for the entire year, and I had a great number. Rod, hockey. Look, he's under 500 in hockey. He's up $3,000 under 500.
I know.
What are we doing here? Baseball under, up almost a dime. I mean, forget about all the other random tennis and MMA. I mean, just little things they plus money in. This is where the average person does not comprehend winning. They don't understand how hard this is. And that run right there is a really record run. I mean, believe me, you get hot in the sport, it's tough. You're running along like that in 2 sports, and you're in rarefied air, the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you get people coming in like, "Oh, Rod's terrible." Yeah, okay, yeah, right. 2 and 3 days going to kill you. You know, stop betting if that's going to hurt you. Look at the guy's number. That really, I tell you all the time, Rod, even after show, like
that answers the question why parlays are sucker bets, right? That's really what it comes down. It's not about the win percentage. It's about the ROI, return on investment.
And that's what people see on their TikTok, Instagram nonsense. Oh, look at my Discord record. Bro, that means absolutely nothing.
Yep.
That means nothing. This means something right there. That's incredible.
Well, I think a lot of people who don't understand ROI are probably people that don't bet, because that's really what it comes down. You're redepositing, right? That's what it comes down to. You see your balance up or down every day when you go and sign into your sports book or your exchange. You see it. That's when you understand.
I mean, win-losses are great. And listen, I mean, my ROI is kind of low because I'm a volume, and again, I'll shoot the 500 mark, and people think that's bad. No, it's not when it's your return on it, because you're taking plus 125s all the time. I mean, it's not one sport. He's got 3 sports with a lot of games in it, and then the other ones are just beginning. I mean, I don't know how he finished up for college football. Obviously, it's just the bowl games this year.
It's the bowl games, yeah,
which is pretty good, you know. I mean, that's
awesome. We had a winning college.
People don't get it. They don't understand. They don't understand that one.
Let's football.
So 1,500 in college football too.
200 games.
Yeah, and a good start to college basketball too last year.
Yeah, 200 games there basically. I mean, it's not like it's some kind of a fluky nonsense where it's like hey, look at this, I'm 7-3, I'm hitting good. No, you're over 200 games of college football. That's a lot of games.
Yeah,
100 games is a lot when it comes to college football and NFL.
And it's a lot.
I'm sorry for the rant.
Oh no,
people do not, and I say that when I do my show, I'm like, people don't understand. Like, come on a site, and to win on a site is even more difficult. Add another 10% of pain on top of it because of how you're limited in to do things, and you're boxed into certain criteria on sites. No clue with how great this is.
Yep. Great explanation there from Sean, no doubt. I mean,
I'm sorry.
That's.
I've done a long time, and again, videos are kind of like the new last few years. A lot of people do videos like this and stuff. It's more of a newer wave thing. So they don't understand. These are real rarefied air, folks.
Yeah, until we've been saying this, and even Mitch as well. We were talking this for years. It's about the ROI, not about the win percentage. So there's no better example there of how important ROI is versus win percentage, guys.
Hey, Tex, the plus 2,000 units is so all the games that we put in on a site here, and I'm up here now. We're looking at Rod's record for the year here. They're all based on $100 wagers. That's how the games are loaded up on not this sites on most sites.
Yeah.
If you see other channels, Dex, I've seen you on other channels. So when you put a game in, it's based on $100 wager. So it's like I'm going to lose 135 if I have the favorite. I'm going to win 135 as a dog. So that's how it's based on a $100 bet. So
yeah, we do that just to be consistent with the rest of the market. I tried it. My first attempt at a multi-capper site was about, well, Meatman was a lie. This must have been 2010s. We put together and we decided to do a 1 unit, right? We got spanked because you can't when you're winning when everybody else is at $100 a unit. It makes we have instead of saying we're 2,200 units of profit or whatever, we're just basically said, 22. Oh, we have 2 units of profit. We got crushed. You have to compete. Remember, we have to be competitive against our competitors. Everyone's using a 100-unit wager. We have to do the same. Go back and look at eapicks.com. That was my old first attempt at a multi. I made a few mistakes. One, I had too much of an ego. I wanted to make that site separate from Tony's Picks. And contrary to my business partners and my buddies in the industry said, no, you got to make it. No, I want Tony's Pick just be me. And nope, that was a stupid. I had Tony's Picks ranked very high. I learned my lesson, and then my second time around, I got it right and made Tony's Picks the multi-capper site. But another mistake was trying to be the 1 unit guy, right? And that just wasn't going to work because my competitors were all 100-unit wagers. So that's why we're all 100-unit wagers.
I'm on a site, and you could put in between like 2 and 10 units on games, right? Depending on, and I usually just a straight 2-unit guy. When the NFL comes, I might have like a quote game of the week. People like that crap, right? People always say, what's your baseball? What's your best bet? I don't really have a best bet in MLB because I'm going to have 5 or 6 games, and I tell you to do 1, and I go 4-2, and you're like, oh, you're a loser. But football, you can kind of concentrate. But like you said, Tony, you're on a site where people can do different things like that. Then all of a sudden, you have people, because I was on other sites that did that, and everybody would just put in 10s, and the leaderboard would be crazy, right?
Yeah.
If someone's hot and they're all 10 stars or 10 units for 1,000 a pop, and I'm sitting at 200 a pop at the base minimum, So, those are things, again, you jump into a leaderboard and see how people do, it kind of changes their numbers around a little bit. So,
yeah.
Again, I just got to give Rod, I've seen good runs from people over years. This is like an all sport amazing run. It's really something.
No, I know.
And I said when I first came, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm having a great college basketball season. I wasn't doing hockey. I wasn't doing NBA. And then it started. What happened? My NBA and hockey went 4-10 or 4-12. I get wiped off. I had a bad start to baseball. And I got to battle back. I mean, it's tough to win across the board in sports. That's why it's fucking – whoa, sorry. It's freaking – hey, I don't even curse on show, so that's a rarity. Yeah. That's how this impressive is. I'll keep saying it. I don't care. They don't understand, really.
No.
Yeah. I tell my kids about you, Rod. I'm like, Dad, I said, really? I was talking about, I'm like, this guy's on a freaking run. I said,
I know.
Shaking my head coming out of my office. I'm like, this freaking guy. I can't even get ahead.
Yep.
Thanks, Rod.
Thanks.
No problem.
Right.
We can work hard.
My life.
We work harder. It's hard to stay on top. I get it. Rod is not this year. Last year, we started seeing boom. 1,000 units of profit, and then boom, just cranking here. So yeah, Rod's been on a tear. Keep it up here. We're not even halfway through the year. So and we got NFL, college football coming up. So looking forward to all this here, and of course the baseball. Be a good summer. We're going to be adding some more features to TonySpicks.com. I put the order in. My program is starting on. For a lot of the team stuff, the team totals, I know that's going to be documented. We also have first half, second half money line team totals. That's going to be coming in as well. And nerf fees will be documented here as well. So we're getting all these features in. The teams will be part of the overall leaderboard, and then we're going to come up with a separate grading system for player props. So that'll be coming up in the near future. But the nearest feature is all the team stuff. The team. We hope to have it in here pretty soon with the NBA team total stuff. So that's what we're working on. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming in the ranks here. We're also working on an affiliate program. A lot going on here at Tony's Picks. So make sure you guys stick with us here. We're doing really well. Looking for good. Of course, player props will be another big one. I have access to the data for all the DraftKings player props that I can put in our system and document. And I've already have the construction done. I just have to go and start mapping the endpoints so we can start selling them. So yeah, we're going to document them because I know you guys love the player props, the RBI props, all that's going to be in our system, documented. Yeah. So we'll have that up there and graded. So we're a lot of work on the code right now. So have a good system provider providing me this good programmer. All my programmers work for Sportsbook, so that's why things get done here. that's how it works. All right, I got a best bet on the board right now at Tony's Picks in baseball. Having a great baseball year. Topping leaderboards here with baseball. Also, I have a 3-pack with 2 more baseball and my best bet. Don't buy them both because my best bet is bundled into the 3-pack. So just buy one or the other, or get that long-term pass, that 7-day pass. Instead of buying the plays individually, get all my premium plays for 7 days, include the NBA here conference finals, as well as my MLB for 7 days. Remember the 2-for-1 cap promotion? Imagine maybe the favorite capper with the 2-for-1 cap promotion. So get signed up there, and don't forget the promo code TonyT checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. All right, guys, so with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. each time. It is the Tony Six Morning Show, so make sure you tune in, like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us to get these plays in real time. You can also, if you have to miss a show, life happens. We know you can't always catch the live. So we know you guys at work will come home and listen to these games because we get a lot of replay listens. Go to YouTube, type in Tony's Picks, and that's where you'll see our YouTube channel full of content here. If you want to check out the replay of the show, you can hit the live tab. You'll see all our live shows here on the live tab right here, going for you right here. We have a members feature. If you'd like to support our channel, you'll get early access to my videos. You can become a member by hitting the join tab. Happy hour Monday through Friday here at 5 p.m. Eastern time. You can see Raj joined by Ron and Ramon, and Ben has begun to be part of the rotation there. Of course, every capper is can pop in if they'd like there. Ben has become that Ray works with his time. He'll be in there. So we got a good group there in the happy hour. So check that out there. More on-demand content by hitting the video series here. So hit the video tab, little deeper dive, a lot more stats there for you guys there. If you like the stats and all that, you can check out the deeper dives with our on-demand videos. You see Al's up there. Chris has got content. I've got content up there. Raj usually has content up there as well. They covered the W. I think they forgot the W. The W was going to play today, but we got it on the live shows. You'll get Ramon and Ron on the afternoon happy hour. So you'll get their pick from that WNBA game in the afternoon on the happy hour. So we'll let Rod talk about the YouTube content he puts together. And, of course, that happy hour at 5 Eastern.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, hockey's back shortly, so we'll be on the lookout for the hockey videos for the conference rounds, and then make sure you tune in 5 p.m. Eastern to the happy hour show. I'm quite sure we'll see Ron and Ramon, and they were like me, probably Monday's usually the day off for the W, but because it's kicking off the season, they spread it out a little bit. I noticed going forward, so almost a game every day this week. There's a W game, so definitely tune into the happy hour. Ron and Ramon will have you cover there on their W pick there. So tune in to the happy hour. Fun had by all.
Yep, and of course, that's right. We do have College World Series coming up. The regional's 10 days away, and then into the World Series for June. I know a lot of people like that because you have SEC. that's now the AAA for Major League Baseball SEC there. Of course, Chris, you got your great on-demand content.
Yeah, I got you guys a baseball video today, a little bit deeper dive and why to take the over between Arizona and the Dodgers. And then I got you 3 home run picks, as I always do. I may have to start doing something me and my son talked about yesterday, calling yesterlays, because it seems like I give something out the next day they get it instead of the day. So maybe doing some leftovers home runs. But yeah, I got you 3 out there today. It was some difficult pitching matchups to find you guys some stuff, but 3 good ones out there today. I'll keep doing that. And as we get into these, we've got the conference finals now. I'll get you some NBA content as well. Try to hop in on the happy hour. I tend to have an appointment. It seems like every time at 5 o'clock. But when I saw Sean go live from the grill, I may have to go live from the tattoo shop. Tatting and capping. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah. But I was like, well, he just went. He went live on location. I might have to go live on location at the shop. So. But yeah, check out the happy hour. It does help a lot. I get a lot of good information too that I might have missed or whatever from these guys. It's a great show. Definitely check into that as well.
Absolutely. And of course, Al Nino's, you're always looking for those dogs.
Yeah, looking for the dogs. And I mean, there's definitely some live dogs on the board today, but with a limited card, I decided to go with some RBI props in again. So shout out to Sean.
Very good. Sean is educating all of us there with that market.
I like the ribbies. I mean, they're not the craziest. They're not
got me hooked.
But you can, if you like a team to score runs, you can grab like I like the 5, 6, 7 guys. They're all going to be like 150 or more. And if everybody gets one, you're a monster. If you go 1 and 2, you're down a hair. I mean, you do an Ohtani 2 ribby, like if you like a Judge or one of those kind of cats, you do a 2 ribby, they're 330s at a pop. I mean, if he hits a home run, you're like, oh, I could have. What's the Judge and Ohtani home runs? They're like less than 2 to 1 sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, man. You don't. That's not. If you want to do that on your own, it's fine. You don't come into a chat and give somebody like an even money pick for somebody. They don't want that. They're looking for something off the grid that they can do that they wouldn't have done. I like the ribbies. So Chris came in with a bunch of the ribbies there. I love it. Love the ribby props.
There you go. And of course, got you here on the mornings as well.
Morning, yes. You know, I was thinking about popping in on Sunday. I just ran out of time. It was graduation day. I was like, sometimes I do come in on a weekend one, more only just during the week because it's just easier. But the weekends, I'll come in more again. And with the late show, whether I'm by the grill or not, I found out what was wrong with my StreamYard. So when you get an update, I had to go into the back end and allow it to. It was saying it was allowed, but it wasn't allowed. That's why there was no sound when I was grilling my garlic parm chicken. So
at low heat, I didn't see any flames up there. Very low heat.
No. Believe it or not, I keep my grill on high. Like I'll turn it on high, and then I'll come back out. I'll wipe it down, and I throw the chicken in, so it's on high. It's always on high, but it's a quick cook. You know,
that is thin. Yeah.
You know, it's if I have a thick piece of chicken, I cut it. I'll thin it out like the big piece. A lot of times I give the thick one, so I'll cut it in half.
Block chicken, like block chicken, just pound it and flatten it up like a block. Brick chicken. Oh, brick chicken.
No, right? I don't want to
cut it in half. Butterfly.
No. I'll just these are so thick. They're like their breasts are like that thick, so I could easily just go through, cut them in half, and they're like a normal size thin cut. So whatever, like that 5 minutes on each side, not too bad. You know, you'll see the little juice comes up
steroids.
top.
Is that what you got? Big boobs? Chickens on steroids?
Listen, they're all infected with some kind of crap. You read it's like in chlorine, salt water. You ever read the stuff that's on these things? It's like, oh my god.
Goodness. It's just after you have a few Costco chickens and you have other chickens and you realize, well, how do chickens get? Is this the chick? Is this the chick I'm eating or what?
Well, you see how they do the Costco chickens. They get them and they inject them with like the fluids to kind of make them extra fat too.
It's water.
Yeah.
They inject them with water to it's
like
almost like a saline salt solution.
Kind of like what they do in France with the ducks
to make them a little plumpier and moister for you. That's exactly what they do.
It's like they do in France in the duck farms, right? Have you seen the duck farms when they put them and they just stuff them with food and the way they do it?
Yeah, but don't they inject the water in the chicken after they kill them?
Sometimes they put them they squirt right in the breast. Yeah, like some kind of solution in there.
But that's after it's all chopped up and ready to be packaged, right? Whereas the ducks, they stuff them while they're still alive.
They're still alive, yeah. You can watch it on YouTube. There's a conveyor. They just go through a conveyor, just nonstop feeding the ducks, just nonstop. It's crazy. I mean, it's just I don't want to watch that.
Right?
That's I guess it's.
I prefer non-GMO, right?
There you go. All right. That's going to do it here for the Tony X Morning Show. Back tomorrow. More baseball tomorrow. We got NBA. We got our series set up here, OKC in Minnesota. And we got the Knicks taking on the Pacers. Who saw that? Who saw that? Yeah.
We were talking about the exit velocity and launch angles and uppercut swings. By month's end, Ely De La Cruz, 422 strikeouts, will pass Tony Gwynn's career strikeouts of 434. 434 in a career. This guy has 422 in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
3 years. Crazy.
I know. That is insane. But yeah, we'll knock the NBA. Of course, NHL will have their conference finals as well. So a pretty good week of action here as we start here. There and then move our way toward into the summer months with the summer sports. So thanks everybody for joining. We'll be back in tomorrow here live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Anybody have anything to add before we close it out?
Just some Braves update news. We've got Strider back tomorrow, and we get Ronald Acuna Jr. back tomorrow. So be looking for that Nationals Braves game tomorrow.
Yeah, well, aren't the Braves like, what are they? Aren't they like 19-10 since that horrible start? They've turned it around. So they've been.
They both those guys come back both tomorrow. So
very good. They'll be ready to roll. So we'll say goodbye, guys. You guys are making a winning day. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Six Morning.